So, good afternoon, folks, and this morning we're going to do a wee review. So, without further ado, let's get the product and let's see what it's about. Okay, folks, so what is it we're actually reviewing today? So, what we're actually reviewing today is an item that I bought from Amazon that I've been considering buying for probably about 2 months now, maybe just slightly longer, and it is this bad boy. I just reach down and get it. A tib bar. Now, really basic piece of equipment, but I have to say I'm finding it very impressive and very good, especially for the money I paid for it. So the company I bought it off, it's a generic Chinese company, I have absolutely no doubt about this. They're actually called Sport Now. Don't know if you can see that, but I will put this up on close up so you can see the dimensions and even the build instructions and stuff with it. But it is super basic. Sports Now is the name of the company. It came very well packaged, I have to say. There's a lot of stuff that I have bought off Amazon that is basically Chinese manufactured, and I'm not actually doing them down because I genuinely believe, certainly since I've got into the whole home gym thing, and started up my own home gym, that a lot of the Chinese stuff is actually really quite well made, and certainly for the budget end of stuff, it might not be the prettiest, but it's certainly made well enough to function and do its purpose. So what do we have? Well, we have a tib bar. What is a tib bar? So basically, lots of us will do our quads and hamstrings and our calves in our legs, but very few of us have been doing our tibs. Now this stuff has pretty much actually been made popular most recently with the knee over toe guy, who I think is amazing because I have major problems with my knees, have always had from a very young man, and just recently I absolutely smashed my left knee. I've done my meniscus and I'm waiting on an MRI, but I know what it feels like. I've done it before. I had an operation on my meniscus. I am 51 years old, so there are arthritis issues that I've had again since I was a young man. So I was looking at the tib bar because I heard a lot of stuff about how it can help with knee pain, because generally if you strengthen all the muscles around your knee, your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, your calves and your tibs, it's going to really help with your knee stabilization, and I have found that to be true in general, but I was definitely neglecting my tibs. So construction, decent is what I would say. I would give it, if we're scoring, let's do out of 10s, so I'm going to do construction, let's say 6.5 out of 10. But if you base it on the price, this is going to change. But it's effectively came in 3 parts. So it comes in the 2 main steel body parts, which have your pads for fitting it over your feet, and then the third part is your weight horn. It's a 2-inch weight horn. Basically they bolt together using in total 5 Allen key bolts, 5 Allen key screws. It takes 2-inch plates. It has a safety hold and a safety pin that you slot through. Can you see it here? And as you slot that through, you also get, actually just excuse me for 2 seconds because I am going to get this for you because it is part of the purchase. Sorry for that. You also get a clamp, which is actually quite decent. It is a generic clamp, but it does the job well. It does lock, and that then, when you put the weight on the horn, that slips over, lock it into place, and the weight is going nowhere. But just in case it is, you do have this, and you do get a safety pin with it, which I've set up over there, but there's no point getting it. It's a standard safety pin with like a ring pull on the end, so it's pretty much standard. Build quality, I'm gonna, like I say, a good solid 6.5 out of 10. The only thing I really have a bit of an issue with is the actual bolts are a little bit soft, so when you're really sort of hardening them in, you can sort of feel the Allen key head or the hex head, depending on how you say it, If you want to really cinch it down, you could ring them, so you do have to be a little bit careful. But for what you would need it for, to be honest, they hold really well. The foam is actually quite dense and comfortable. And in general, ergonomic wise, it works. It fits over my feet well. It feels comfortable when I'm using it. And it's definitely a purchase I would recommend. Now, price, I paid 23, and I actually think I got a coupon on it, so I probably paid about £21 for it. Usage, really simple. Like I say, I will put up, sorry, just adjusting my watch strap. I will put up a picture of the instructions. You'll see how basic it is. You do get the standard small Allen key to put it together, so you don't really need any tools. The small Allen key is perfect. You don't really need any major tools to build this up or harden it up, or it will work perfectly out of the box. The foam pads can be hard to get on, but that's a good thing because they're nice and cinched in. They're really tight, so they don't move around too much when you're actually using it. I'm just going to show you exactly how I use it. We'll talk a wee bit more about cost versus quality, and then we'll round it up. So let me just get some weights on this and I'll show you how I use it. Okay, so I'm just going to put a wee 5 kilo plate on the unit. Just slips over the weight horn like so. Clamp on like so. Easy enough, yep. Set yourself up on the bench. It does sit up on its own. I would say the more weight you get, it might just drop over, but it's no big deal. Okay, feet just over the edge. Pop it on using the foam. Now your feet just sort of hook in, and I'll show you the shape of it, but you'll see for yourself. And basically all I do is let the weight pull my feet down, and I extend up. So we're using really the front right across the top of your shins, and we just extend up. Foam is very comfortable, locks into your feet really well, absolutely no complaints, and I genuinely have felt, because I've never really used these muscles before. Well, I'm sure I've used them before, but I certainly haven't strengthened them, and I certainly haven't trained them. So definitely effective. You could, if you really wanted to, I suppose, use it for leg curls if you're raised up, and you could probably flip over if someone was loading it up for you, and you could use it for hamstring curls, but that's not its primary design. Its design is for tib movement. I'll show you the back, and you can see how your foot locks in there. So the top of your foot, the sole of your foot's here, and your toes are up here. So your foot just hooks in like that. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, so what can I say? Sports Now tib bar from Amazon. In my opinion, I think it's a bargain. And for anyone in the home gym, whether you've knee pain or not, I would definitely recommend it. Why would you not? We're working all these other muscle groups in our legs. Why would we not work our tibs as well? And if you watch anything from the Overtold guy, if you haven't, go and watch his stuff because it's absolutely fantastic. If anyone's struggling with knee mobility, even back mobility, all different aspects, he does do upper body stuff as well. Main function is definitely where he talks about how he rebuilt his knees after major surgery. And if you're having any issues, I would definitely recommend you go over and watch his channel because this guy knows what he's talking about through years of experience and going through the process. But anyway, back to the tib bar, 100% recommend for £23, maybe £20, depending on how you can pick it up with coupons and stuff on Amazon. And we know they always do be coupons and stuff here and there. I would definitely recommend. If we're talking about build quality versus the best, it's probably going to be about 4 out of 10. But when you're talking about build quality versus its own price in its market, I'm going to actually give it a solid 8 out of 10. But when you roll all that in together, it's a 6.5 because you're using cost versus what you're actually getting. It will stand up to anything I will ever want it to do. I can easily load this up with 20, 30 kilos. It will 100% deal with that. It's not a problem. And I would definitely recommend. So if you're out there in the market looking for a tip bar and you're on Amazon, give the Sports Now guys a look. This is in no way sponsored. I bought this with my own money. There are no affiliate links. That's not why I'm doing this review. I just thought it was doing a review. It was worth doing a review on because, to be honest, massively impressed with the wee product for value for money. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the review. I hope you've had all the detail you need. If you've any more questions, please give me a shout. Oh, quickly, did want to touch. The item came shipped very well, well protected. All the parts were wrapped in plastic. I know some people might not like that regarding sort of recycling issues and stuff, but it was wrapped in plastic, well protected. The cardboard box, some of the stuff I've had from China, the cardboard box might as well be a paper box, not cardboard, it's just so thin. But it was well protected, well wrapped, and it didn't come with any knocks and dings and bangs. It would have stood up to being thrown around vans and stuff anyway, the way it was packaged. So again, that's another plus. So yeah, Sports Now tip bar, solid. What are we talking? 8.5 out of 10, based on price, quality, usability. I would definitely recommend it. So guys, like I say, if you're in the market for a tip bar, get yourself on Amazon, find a coupon, buy the Sports Now tip bar, and go and get after it, guys. Review done and dusted. David, peace out.